Hi you guys, it is May 4th, Monday, and I wanted to tell you guys about my experience that I had last night with gifting. I'm up at my lake house and I have never gifted up here before, and my Bigfoot family tend to follow me up here from back at our home base. And they've done that several times. I've been left stick structures in the fence, and then I showed you guys a picture of the stick structure that was there a few days ago when I got up here, and then the mushroom that I was gifted. So they are very social creatures, and they do have a group up here that they tend to visit. And it's a very forested area up here. It's on man-made lake, actually 3 man-made lakes, and I'm on the middle-sized one, and the lake is right outside my back door. So I thought that I would gift them some of these Oreos as a thank you for leaving me my little welcome presents and everything. And I was going to only leave like a handful of the Oreos, but I ended up leaving about half the package, because when I had told Javi that I was going to leave cookies out, and I said, well, I was going to leave you, you know, a little handful of cookies, and he's like, can we have half the bag? And I was like, sure, you can have half of these. I'll give you half of them. That way you either eat them all or you share or whatever you want to do. I don't mind doing that. I'll gladly do that. So I should have probably left them the whole box, but I wasn't thinking. So I took the Oreos and I put them in a Ziploc bag. And I waited until about 11:30 last night. There is probably 600 and some places up here, and there's only about 40 of us up here right now because it's just opening. You know, we just opened this weekend for the season, and a lot of people are weekenders and they go home. I am staying up here all week because I like to stay the first whole week and then the last whole week to just enjoy the peace and quiet, because it does get quite busy. So I, around 11:30 last night, waited and put the cookies in a bag and took the Ziploc bag outside, and I had told Jibby, well, I'm just gonna leave these in between the houses. There's barely anybody up here, I'll just leave them in the houses. And he's like, no, leave them on the walking path. So I was like, okay. So I go out the door and tootle down to the walking path and put the cookies down there at about 11:30 last night. And I get up this morning probably like 8 or so and go out and look, and of course the bag's gone. So that tells me that they got them. And one of the ways that I can tell that they're here is I can smell them. Even inside my lake house, I can smell them. And twice since I came up on Friday, I have smelled them. And last night was one of those times. Last night was real quick. And that is just their way of letting me know that they're here. So let me show you guys real quick how close the lake is. Got my Bigfoot shirt on. I'll go over here and I'll show you guys. You can see the lake is right out there. So I am very close, and there's the walking path. But I actually left it right in between those 2 trees. There's like a dip there. And yes, it's windy, but I don't think the cookies flew away. I think they are a little bit too sturdy for that. So it's just nice to have these kind of interactions with them, even though we're not on our home base. And when I was mind speaking with Jabi the first time after I had started interacting with them, and he's like, where you going? And I said, well, I told you I'm going up to my lake house. And it was actually Olaf that asked that. And he said, yes, but where? We want to know where. So I told him the city that I was in and what the name of this place is that I have up here. And sure shit, they showed up. They showed up. I got house bangs. I've had whoops. I've had, and there's, you know, another family that lives, a Bigfoot family that lives around here, and they're doing some construction work. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I've heard last year the equipment, the big heavy machinery that they brought in here, banged on, and humans are not strong enough to make that kind of noise that came through. And I've had my wind chimes played with. So there's lots of different ways, but it's nice to build this interaction with them. And this is my 5th year being here. So it does take a little time to get interaction with them. They have to get to know you, just like with us, and it takes years. And this family, not my family, but the family that resides around up here, the little one is named Mac, and he is Olaf's friend, who is the little one that I share property with. And it's cool because his dad, his father, the alpha, is letting him interact more and more with me. And I get a lot of footprints up here, a lot of footprints, and I always ask permission to film before I film. Or I tell them if it's something that I really think I need to film, I'll tell them, okay, I'm filming for this reason. If you guys don't want to be in the video, you have to skedaddle. But yeah, I always tell them that I'm filming, and I ask permission, and a lot of times I get told no, come back tomorrow or do it some other time, which I respect, and I just don't film. You know, even though I don't like that and I would rather film because it's what I want to do, I don't want to interfere with what they're doing. There's got to be some mutual respect going on in there. So, all right, you guys have a great week, and I'm going to do some scouting around up here now and see what I can see. All right, bye you guys. Thank you.